Hi everyone, good morning. It's BUNMI ALABI on Just a Chat again, and we're still in the New Year mood. I believe you are all celeste. From the beginning of this year, we've been grooving celeste. We've been enjoying the Christmas groove, and I know my sisters here today. One of them here, you are going to see her very soon. She ran away for a long time. She was doing a lot of business works, emceeing everywhere, making money here and there. But I'm super excited that she's here again. I'm going to unveil her face very soon. But let me welcome my partner, Mrs. Avalon. Have you seen?
Will carry you.
Wait
Mr. Avalon, Mrs.
Mrs. Avalon, no.
Avalon.
Okay, Mrs. Akinbulejo.
Lady Avalon.
Lady Avalon. Okay. Lady
So I'll
Avalon.
come and carry you. Like everybody. Thank you so much.
Thank you. Having you at least it's your first time here on Just a Chat in 2025.
Yeah.
And please welcome with me. It's been months that she's been away from
Very
Just a
long
Chat. Yes, please welcome with me, Mrs. Tosi.
Thank
You
you
see,
so much.
see, too much money. People that have made too much money during the festive year, they are just so cool, calm, and collected.
You know, you're still in the New Year mood.
See, New Year resolution mood, still putting. Oh, did you watch that? Okay, you didn't watch the last edition. If you didn't watch the last edition, where we talk about goals, targets,
Yeah.
please go and watch it, because I know a lot of us, we are like, oh, this 2025, I want to do this thing. I want to be able to conquer some giants.
Yes.
Yeah?
It's also good for us to set realistic goals.
You know,
There are some goals that are not realistic, and at the end of the year, you will not achieve any of them. We all have faith, truly, but let's set realistic
goals.
goals.
But you know, this New Year resolution, this again, just take it easy with yourself. Make sure that you grow as you go, and make sure that you review yourself. We talked about that last week, that as you do as in have a checklist. Okay, what am I achieving? Then your goals, as in cut them in chunks, as in bit by bit,
quarterly.
Quarterly, make a review. Okay, am I be able to achieve this? Oh, I want to lose weight. I know a lot of us will be eating a lot of things during this Christmas. Ice cream, burger, shawarma, and before you know it, you see that this my dress is not entering me again, But all the same, see, make sure any goal you have goals, but have realistic goals. We talk about SMART. That's your goal should be sustainable, should be measurable, should be attainable, should be time bound. Yeah, talk about that. Realistic goals. So we talk about those things. Please, it's not just motivation, it's motivate yourself with action. Take steps. Take steps. Face your fear, but let that fear be something that is that you can really face and conquer. And we talk about putting God first in everything you do.
Exactly.
Yeah, we talk about all those things too. All right. So how was let's briefly, how did you enjoy? How did you celebrate your?
Okay, I'll say that
Christmas.
this Christmas, last year's Christmas and New Year is kind of different for me, because this is the first time that I would not take soda, sugary things, because I was so determined I was to living healthy.
Hallelujah.
Healthy lifestyle. And I said it towards November ending, I just start living healthy. Like I'll stop taking all these soda, all these sugary things,
Black water,
all this, because I realized that it's not helping us.
Sorry, when did you start the resolution?
Let's say December, early December.
So from December, early December.
Early December.
Till now, that's like a month.
Yes.
And they said.
So if you come and check me out in 3 months.
So what is something, Abby? What?
You're taking something else? No, I was taking something else. Instead of drinks, I was taking smoothies, zobo, fruity zobo, all those kind of things. Those were the things I had during December. I had them in the fridge, chilled. I was taking them, sipping it. Even my family was like, this thing is.
Yeah, do you know, I mentioned something when I saw you. I said, you look so fresh, your skin looks so natural and looks so good.
I said, like, you want to set goals and make sure you have alternative. Don't set goals that if you cannot tell yourself you won't take drink and you will not take anything. You have an alternative, something healthy to take.
That's why I was asking her that, when did she set the goal?
I'm actually happy that I achieved it, because I wasn't this determined before. Like, this is the first time that I will be so determined that I will not take soda. Do you know, several times I have determined that I won't take sugary things, I will just taking fruits. But sometimes when I see that Coke in the fridge, it's so chill and I want to be tempted. I'll go and take it. But this time around, I took it seriously.
From a sunny day, and
I know.
like
I'll go and take my shit.
for the sake of people like us, people like us that are still trying to set goals on that. Was there something that really prompted you, or that really encouraged you, or that made you to take that decision? Because I know there are a lot of people that are trying to do some things, to cut off some things, but they will say, well, I don't want to do this, and before they know what's happening, they're already doing it.
Yes,
So what really prompted it?
One of my friends, my friend, is one of my friends. I don't have many friends. So my friend, she came back from the US and we stayed together for a few days, and she told me that these things I'm taking is not helping. Because when I slept, where I was panting, I was like, you do small work, you be panting. What's going on? You need to cut down some, because she's also into all this healthy eating, herbs and all of that. So she said I should try to cut down on the things I take that I would discover, because I discovered that anytime I wake up, I'll feel heavy. I'll feel light. I was like, what's going on? If I walk from like short distance, I'll feel tired. So she now said, I need to cut down some of these sugary things that they are not helping me. That we should not always wait for doctors to diagnose us of one ailment before we start taking all this seriously. That I should make sure, and she was really on me, that I must stop it, at least try for 3 months and check yourself. And I said, okay, I'll try. So since then I started, and seriously, I've been feeling so light. And it's not only by eating healthy alone, but also exercising. So I took that up as well and started doing it. So it's good. Add it to your New Year resolution.
When I grow up, I want to be like you when I grow up.
Add it to your New Year resolution. Eating healthy.
I will eat healthy.
And exercising daily.
Some people are hearing now that they are trying to cut off some things, but I'm encouraging you. So let her be your encourager. Eating healthy. Don't wait for
and exercise. Don't just eat healthy alone. No.
Yeah, seriously, I'm even trying. No black water, no sugar.
Sure.
I know if anybody said to buy black water, don't encourage it. Better is drinking black water around it. Don't even stay there.
Okay.
Don't stay there. I started on a good note. Like some people this year, black water.
Okay. You have to be determined and focused.
Shall we go ahead? Shall we go ahead? All right, determination. Yes.
1025 goals.
No sugar, no soda water.
No soda, nothing. No ice cream.
Natural. All right. Okay. Let's say I know you had a wonderful time this time. I know you had lots of programs.
It was wonderful. Was stressful. Was it wonderful?
That was fulfilling.
It was fulfilling. That's the major thing. Make sure you do something that is fulfilling. All right. There's a hot gist I would like us to just talk about, and I think briefly, let me just read this story. It's really pathetic. Honestly, it's pathetic, but I think we need to talk about it to sensitize people about these things going on around that we ignore sometimes. And it's a story about DJ Kulet, ex-husband. Ex is now a hex now.
Yes.
This story is really trending. And let me just read a bit for people that are just hearing this for the first time. So it says, from DJ Kulet, I'm publicly dissociating myself from my ex-husband, or his Emmanuel. Despite overwhelming evidence, including chats, photos, videos, and voice notes of his infidelity, he has refused to change his ways. The final straw was the shocking discovery of his prolonged sexual abuse of a 13-year-old minor, which occurred under my roof for 6 months. Despite forgiving him previously, further investigation, including a video confession on December 28, 2024, revealed that he had also molested his 20-year-old cousin, resulting in her contracting an infection, as well as a friend. His predatory behavior predominantly targets minors, and he continues to engage in infidelity with multiple women. In a short-lived marriage of less than 8 months, I have treated infections 3 times. This is inside life. And yes, marriage, it's very pathetic. Marriage of 8 months. And I think that's talking about the incident that happened during their wedding. You saw the video.
Yes.
When
she was cautioning her friends not to back her husband. You don't use your bomb to snatch my husband.
I think let's even take it from that. So, that video really, it pointed that this person knows her husband. She knows the person she's going out with. So apparently she has seen some red flags, which peradventure she was like, I'm not, likelihood that, okay, maybe this man by the time she's married to him, maybe he will change. Maybe okay, maybe it's just temptation. Maybe I can guide him away from. I can protect him. There are a lot of I'm enough for him as a woman. So let me start from you. What's your whole view about this when you read about the story?
When I read about the story, from the story you can see that she knows about it.
Absolutely.
So there are red flags.
Minor or cheating?
She knows about the infidelity. So as a woman,
but she didn't know the gravity, whether it's minor or it is just adults that
because like she said the video for the wedding. So that means even if a little girl came to that wedding, a teenager was in the wedding dressed very well. She could even be looking at the teenager, but the lady is focusing on the ladies that are following her.
Because probably maybe she has been observing that before
the wedding, that the eyes are not minors. So for me, I feel that she knows about it. She saw the red flag. Why she went into the marriage, I don't know. Is it that probably she felt like she would change the man, or she felt like I'm going to be enough for my husband, or I feel that it's because he's not married. Maybe if he's married and we are staying together, this infidelity can reduce, even though I know that he will still be doing it, because I've seen cases like that. We'll still be doing it, but it will be at a reduced stage. So I really don't know, why did she go into that marriage? That's my own question about it. Not talking about the minor.
Okay, but do you know there are some ladies that they feel under pressure, they pressure themselves that they must get married, and because of that they ignore some red flags that they should have paid attention to. Okay, now she is a DJ. She possibly, maybe they met at the club. I just assuming maybe they met at the club. Someone you met at the club, what did they come and do at the club? You understand? So those are the things I'm just thinking of, because we can't just say, okay, red flag. She might have seen this thing one way or the other. So there's an adage, that ìyàwó tá bá fi ijó fẹ́, ijó ló máa bá lọ. Someone you met at the club that came to the club, what do you
I really don't think
perhaps
it's not a club thing. You can meet someone at the club and it's okay. Yeah, it doesn't have to be the location or where you meet.
You could meet in the church and it's been once.
Absolutely. We're just trying to look at, okay, why would she still see all this red flags? So, like, pressure that I must get married. Let me just marry. I can manage the situation. Okay, I'll be enough for him. Okay, maybe I will change it. Which all these reasons, I see them as very, very. They are not worth it. Now risking yourself with someone you can't tolerate. There are some people that are saying that as much as she's not bringing the woman to my house, I can still cope with some ladies. So let me hear your view about this.
In my own opinion, number one, DJ Kulet is someone I've been following on social media for a long time. Okay. And I really love her work.
Before she got married, right?
Yes. Okay. She's a professional DJ. She's good at it. Like, she's really good at it. So I have been following her and I really love her work. And when she got married, I was excited. Good. And I must really say that I really feel bad for her for encountering this kind of man. But I would not totally blame her, because, men can pretend. They can pretend for years.
Yes.
So someone said something that out of 100 guys, hardly will you find 10 that doesn't cheat. I hear that a lot. And I know that maybe she must have been hearing this kind of cheating, scenarios, infidelity, and she'll be thinking that, I think I can cope. I think maybe he will change. But that's the mindset we always have before marriage. When we see these red flags, we say he will change. And at the end of the day, you discover that this person doesn't change. One thing I want to bring out from this is that whatever sign, whatever attitude your spouse to be is exhibiting before marriage, as soon as you get married, that behavior is going to be amplified. Marriage will amplify it. If that person is 50% doing that particular behavior before. When that person get married, will upgrade to 100%. So marriage does not change anyone. Marriage will only increase, amplify that attitude you are. If you're a good person, when you get married, marriage will make you be better than the way you are. And if you're worse before you get married, you will become more worse when you get married. So now that it has happened, and I really give it to her, I really give kudos to DJ Kulet for coming out to speak about it, because it takes a courageous and a strong woman to do that.
Okay, thank you. Let me come. Now some people are now attacking her that why should she bring her issue to social media? You understand that? Okay, this thing is about you and your family and your husband. Why not just see how you want to settle it? Maybe you want to see how you can make things work between you and your spouse, or you want to walk away. That why bringing him to the public to?
Okay.
You understand? So what she did, is it right or wrong by bringing the video and everything out?
Is 100% right.
Sorry, I'd like to support what she's saying. See, she's a social media person. If she does
social media,
the husband will come out and say it the other way around. You know, information cannot. What goes wrong? I mean, what they said, nothing goes wrong or it starts wrong. This lady that came out to talk about this thing, initially, you know what? If you listen to one of the videos, she said this thing will go viral if you talking about the girl's mother. So, in our intention, she wasn't planning that I want to expose my husband. But you see, one or two people that have seen this thing will help her to actually aggravate it, because she's not the only one involved. There are other people that have been involved in this matter.
Yes, the cousins
and all that. I've seen cases where I have had an issue that I keep, someone came out to talk and said this thing happened. And you see, at that same scenario, I had like 5 people say, it happened to me, it happened to me, it happened to you.
When one person
speaks,
then other people have
encouraged. What I'm saying is that, so when people knew that it happened to you, why didn't you come out and talk? So what she did for me is 100% okay.
It's okay.
Because somebody will still come out and talk about it, but she may not be able to defend herself.
And people will not be blaming her. Why didn't she speak? And it's actually good, because when she now mentioned it, I feel like maybe she doesn't want it to go too far. But Lagos State Domestic and Sexual Violence Agency, they have intervened in minor. Because of the minor. Even if you are cheating with your mate, you know that cheating. But with a minor.
Yeah.
It's a great
minor.
I think what my whole concern again is the response of the mother in the video that we watched.
Yes, saying that the work of the devil.
Said, fine, and the devil is the one even at fault in all of these things. It's not about them, it's a behavioral pattern.
Yeah.
You understand? Something you have been ignoring and you didn't really see how to work on it. Okay, let's even talk about the man. You know that, okay, this are you have maybe you have a kind of addiction in this. Maybe he has addiction with pornography, he had a sexual addiction and the likes. And you don't know how to help yourself. Some people believe, like what you said, that maybe marriage will help your addiction to subside. No. Whatsoever you can't subside, whatever you can't work on before marriage, then you have, like you said, that it's going to grow worse.
Yeah.
So you know that this thing is your own weakness. Why not seek for how you can help yourself? And now it now grows to a level that now the guy's career, whatever he has now, it's at risk now. It's finished. Yes. It has finished already. So I think people should, number one, let's even talk about the parent-child relationship. Because I believe that child being abused for a long, I don't know as long as
she didn't tell her mother about it.
But I think parents should be more aware of this, because there are a lot of things going on around that. We talk sometimes in one of our programs about the issue of children that were selling their eggs for money.
Yes.
And the father did not know about it. A lot of these children, especially if you have teenagers, you need to be extra careful on how to relate and groom them, because they are exposed to a lot of things. A lot of them are exposed to pedophiles like this. A lot of them are exposed to abuse. A lot of them are exposed to doing some things that you can't even imagine. So if you don't create that relationship with your child is afraid to tell you about something. You'll be like, what will my mommy say? My mommy will shout at
me. This woman, if you listen to that video, the woman was saying that, it's the work of the devil. If that girl if that child had confided in that mother,
her.
that thing would die there.
Of course.
It
So
will not get
that
developed.
relationship between that mother and child is not there, which I think mothers should really take cognizance of this as how open can your girl child be open to you. And mind you, pedophile doesn't happen to girl child alone. I believe, you know, boys too, they go through abuse, sexual abuse. So I think parents should be able to take note or observe their children, you know. And one of the ways to observe, if you see a child that is always, you know, maybe she's always keeping to herself or to himself, maybe a girl child that is very, very lively, and you notice that this girl child is keeping to herself, she's always in the room, she's always moody, as there's a switch in her mood. I think parents should create that communication. Okay, what is happening to you? What happens to you? And if a child is saying, mommy, I want to tell you something, how well can you trust your child?
Yeah.
How well can you believe in what your child is saying?
I want to quickly say something there. No, we should not only focus on the girl child, even the so-called pedophiles. Who raised?
They are boys.
Who raised
Who
them?
raised them?
I'm very sure that this guy would have been doing it for a long time, even probably before he met the kulet.
The boy said his cousin.
Yes,
It's
so this thing has been happening. So that's why we need to pay attention to even our boy child.
But do you know what?
Our boy child.
Yeah, sorry. Let me just, to answer that question. You were saying who raised the pedophile child. Let me tell you something. One shocking thing. You know, as society, we've really, really ignored boy-child grooming.
Yes, we focus so much on the girl child.
A lot
and
of,
we eventually fall victim.
there was a time I was doing a research and I was asking, you know, I have a lot of mature guys around me then, you know, and I was just asking them about, I think we were talking about virginity, and they were like, virgin care. Me, I'm not a virgin. Each of them was now talking about how one auntie in their house molested them, how their house helped molest as a boy child. So they believe that, okay, since this, and you know, men, they are trained, they are wired not to open or not to talk.
Yeah.
So they now bottle up these things. Growing up, they can't talk because how would they say, somebody raped me? How would they say that something auntie like raped? So they can't say it out, and they grow up with this. And before you know it, you know, their sex hormone begin to grow and they desire this thing. And a lot of them grow up to be sex hungry and they go to become so many things: pedophile, rapist, abuser, and the like. So it didn't just, like want to say that things didn't just start to it started wrong. So pedophile, who raised a pedophile? Parents that ignore their male children. Better. So we need to do better as a parent. So let me hear what you have to say.
Okay, like I would say, like, you know, we are focusing on teenage children. Mm-hmm. It doesn't start with them when they were teenagers. You see a 2-year-old child being abused, 3-year-old child, 5-year-old boy, a girl being abused. Sometimes you see even boys. So when they get reactions from girls outside, mommy, she said I should hug her, or, you know, even some boys get reaction from girls too. That, I want to hold a girl. I like this girl. Why do you like this girl? One day I engaged my little son. I said, this girl, she's very intelligent. So boys too, they notice girls. Girls, they notice boys. So this thing we're talking about is not about teenage age. A parent should give their children attention at every age they get to. And we should teach age-appropriate sexual education. When there was a particular time someone came to the church, I taught us a song that don't touch my private part. Then what is your private part? So a 2-year-old child should be able to learn, this is my private part. My breast is my private part. You are trying to raise your hand above my shoulder is my private part. So at that age, you know, she's still small. One time, I had a girl child that said, this uncle pecked me. Ma, he did not peck me. He sucked my cheeks. And that child was below 5 years. What am I trying to say? A child should be able to know when an adult is going too far. It is not about when you are a teenager. It starts from when you are younger. When you're going to your uncle's house, when you're going to your auntie's house. Then I'll talk about mothers. You know, a lot of girl child or even boys child want to confide in their mothers. Maybe because fathers are not available, not because some of them are not available, but some of them don't even understand. But we have some fathers that really understand and they give their children time. If your child is telling you that a particular person is doing something or they don't want to go to a particular place for holiday, please give them attention. Don't ignore that child's probably that child's quest for not wanting to go to a particular place. Like I had a case of, you know, a young girl. She's not young. She's over 20 years. And she told me, "Mom, my mommy is insisting that I go live with my uncle that just came from abroad. But when he was in Nigeria, he was the one that molested him." And I'm telling my mom, she said, "No, that maybe she should then, but now you can't do that again." But how do I tell my mom that I don't want to go to my uncle's house? Do you understand? So mothers, please don't ignore your child's feelings and emotions because of age. At age 2, a child can be molested. At age 5, a child can be molested. And when they get to 13, remember a case of a child that gave a story at a particular interview, that at the end of the day, she killed herself immediately she went for that interview. I can't remember the story. Yeah. So that child did not start at teenage age. And you see some of them bloating up, not even being able to express themselves. So I feel that, please, parents, let's give our children attention at every age.
And I thank you very much. I think to buttress that, during this holiday period, no, a lot of children went to places for holiday.
Yes.
And I think you parents should be able to be observant. Is there any change in the attitude of your child coming back home? If you observe any changes or any difference in their behavioral pattern, I think parents should be able to ask questions. What happened? And let them gist you. What happened there? Did you make any friends there? You know, so when you notice that, okay, my child going to this place is not helping him, my child is coming back with some negative behavioral patterns, some attitude, then I think you don't need to force your child. If it is only Gary you can take with your child during any holiday period, please give it to them instead of you to expose them to things that will affect their lives, that will cause more damages to them. I think that is very important. That's from the parent angle. And I think we should talk about this red flag, because I believe it's quite unfortunate for this, and I know this is going to really, I wish this can teach a lot of people lessons, but it's not really, because the case of Baba Jesha and the lies, and a lot of just say that they just died down.
Singles who are yet to be married, when it's time, probably I feel like sometimes some of them, when they are in love, so they feel like, oh, even if I'm seeing these red flags, they want to ignore. And there's nothing anyone can say.
It's because they are desperate.
Convince them. They will say that, no, I know what I want. You cannot decide for me. This is who I'm getting married to. And you will not bother about those red flags. You will not see it as red flags. You will see it as, oh, it's normal. It's going to change. We are going to work it out together. No marriage is perfect. You know, how can you see a red flag and you go ahead and get married? Even if their pastor tells them don't do, even if their parent tells them don't do, they want to do what is on their mind. So we should not always ignore people's advice. I understand that no one can choose for you. But whenever you see that a guy that you are planning to get married to raises his hand to hit you once, you should know that that person will be a wife beater. You should not even proceed. It is better to have a broken relationship than a broken marriage.
Yes.
So we need to understand that marriage is a lifetime contract. Except maybe, I know in this dispensation, we feel like, oh, marriage is, if it works, we go. If it doesn't, we stay. Yes. So we should see marriage as I'm entering into a covenant and it's for life. So whatever I cannot take, I cannot cope with for life, I cannot start it. So we need to understand, put that at the back of our minds. Don't let love is not blind, though. That love that has blinded you, when you get into the marriage, it's going to put your eyes like this, and you are going to see beyond what you saw when you were cutting, because you cannot see your guy or your girl finish before marriage. If you know your spouse to be like 40%, when you get married, you see. So even till now, we that we are married for years, there are some things that our husbands will be doing. Like, so you used to do this thing, because you start unfolding, you start seeing different version of your spouse. So that anything we cannot cope with, that we know that we cannot cope with for long, please don't even go into it. It's better to remain single and be at peace with yourself than to get into a marriage that you don't have peace of mind every day.
Okay, like I want to ask a question. You know, we are
because of time. Let's have your own final take.
Okay, my own final take is
your question.
My question is, we are talking about red flag. What kind of red flag? You know, there are so many red flags.
Yes.
Some people are stingy. So what kind of red flag should a young girl or young lady look out for?
You know, stinginess is not really
different was also the negative and the positive one.
Stinginess is not really a red flag if you can cope. There are some red flags that I won't call it red flags. There are some behaviors, there are some things that you can cope with. For instance, okay, before you got married, your husband is the type that doesn't like to give. He doesn't like to give to people. And you are the giving philanthropist. But you have discovered that no problem, I can cope with this. I'll be the giver, then my husband. Even if he does not give for the family, you can cope. You know you can cope. So when you get married, please don't complain. Because you've seen it.
You've seen it
before
already.
marriage.
Yeah.
So anything you know that you can cope with,
Okay.
and maybe the person will get worse at it, you can cope. Please go ahead. But if you know you cannot cope with it, please just withdraw and live your single life in peace. Enjoy this single life. Enjoy it in peace.
I think that one is every woman and every young lady and young guy. We should all have a deal breaker in relationship. What is your deal breaker?
Yes.
Is it cheating that is your deal breaker? That once a guy cheats, even when you are married, once he cheats 1 week after your marriage, it's over. What is that deal breaker for you? Is it about financial? As in, is it someone that can't give you money and you are someone that you know, and you know you are someone that you know you love to spend, you love big things, and you know that this guy is stingy and you know you can't cope with that. It's your deal breaker. Know that, okay, I can't cope with this in marriage, because like she rightly said that he or she is going to do more. Yes. If you have noticed that somebody gets angry, he raises the glass cup, maybe you go, he or she is fighting with a conductor because of change, or he is shouting at a waitress and it doesn't sit well with you, and you are not comfortable with it. It's your deal breaker. Say no to, if you know that maybe you can talk about something. He might say, it's just I can't do that to you, my dear. He or she is going to do worse to you. So it's your deal breaker. Say this is a no area with me. If your eyes is blind during courtship, marriage will open it. See, as a lot of people are trying to exit that marriage journey, some people are rushing to I want to get married. Don't be pressured. It is better to be pressured by family, it's by society, by friends. It's better to be happy as a single lady fulfilling her purpose than to be married and be miserable. You don't have to be married before you live a fulfilled life. Because you are happy. If you are thinking that, okay, marriage will give you joy, marriage will make you happy, marriage will give you this and that. See, there are a lot of people that are there and they are not married. If you are not happy as a single lady or single guy, you can't be married when you are married. So because there's more to it. So all this is a cheater, she's a cheater, they are red flags, they are real deal breakers that you should have seen. And you will say, I can't deal with it. Broken relationship is better than broken marriage. I believe it. And a lot of people, they don't have this resolute mindset that we have to make it worse. There are some people that they don't believe in divorce. Yes. And there are some people that believe that it's not working, then I'm out of it. So know the reason why you are in that marriage. I think that is very important.
I would just want to ask Martel, how people that are into this, like the girl or the mother, what help can we give to them as advice? For instance, a 13-year-old girl will need a lot of emotional counseling, if possible deliverance. Because, and again, the people around the girl should be able to help the girl. They shouldn't use it against her. If they use it against her, that girl will not be able to recover which is for a long time. Which is the reason why I think the mother might be. So if I say the mother too is also, maybe the guy is giving the mother something, or the mother might be talking from a motherly angle, naive angle, that I don't want my child to go through this kind of social media likes and the stuff. You understand? I think, for our future, number one, please accept that child, because that child really needs acceptance. Build that trust. Let her feel safe. Let her, because it might even not be that. I don't think that mother can do that work. Let me tell you, see, that child, because of her time, that child, that might not be her first time that somebody might have been molesting her like that. So create that safe environment. Don't judge that girl. Don't make her feel scared that I can. So let us create that environment, because a lot of people would have. I think they should not maybe look at that, stigmatize that child, because it might affect her. So that child needs counseling, serious mental health counseling. That child needs counseling. It needs people around her. Her parents should be a support system for her. Yes. And if possible, she should move away from that environment, because it will be so traumatic. A lot of grown-up adults, a lot of grown-up women are victims of this abuse, this rape, and it is affecting even their marriage. It's even affecting their sexual life in marriage. So this kind of girl needs therapy. Needs support from the parent, needs love, and needs healing, and needs prayer. It's important too. So I think that's what parents can do for people who are victims in this. And please, if you are going through this thing,
as a girl child, maybe you have a parent, please create that environment for your child to be able to trust you with whatsoever they are going through. Don't condemn them, don't judge them, don't shout at them, so that give them the opportunity to open up to you, to tell you things, because the damages these kind of things can cause them might be difficult to repair. It might affect them by the time they grow up.
Yes.
I believe this has really helped a lot of parents, and it has helped a lot of singles, about to be married, young people. You are the one that should even learn well from these red flags, deal breakers, while you are dating. I believe that is going to help us a lot. All right, this is where we're going to wrap it up on Just a Chat today. I hope we've all learned something. If you have your own view about this, please drop it in the comment section. Thank you, Lady Avalon. Thank you, Lady Tosin. See for Tosin. Thank you.
for having me.
Hoping to see you again soonest. And for you that you are watching us, thank you for watching us. Please don't forget to subscribe to this channel. Drop your comments, share this video with someone that might learn something from it. And please educate your children well on sex education. It's very important. And to us all, I wish us a very wonderful 2025 and greater things for us this year. In Jesus' name. See you. Bye.